That's weird. I don't remember ordering anything. Oh, hey guys, welcome back to Zero's Maverick hunting. I was actually just about to get started on a Valentine's Day review, but then this came in the mail. Now, I must have a secret admirer or something, because I don't remember ordering anything, so let's just see what it is. What the? A VR headset? Wait, there's something else in here. Galgun 2 on the Nintendo Switch. I have a bad feeling about this. You know, maybe it's fate that I've been given Galgun 2. I've actually wanted to talk about this series for a long time because it's made by one of my newer favorite developers, Inti Creates. You might know them from games like, I don't know, Mega Man's 9 and 10, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, Mighty Gunvolt, and actually Ekiro from Double Pieces in Mighty Gunvolt, as well as other games like Azure Striker Gunvolt and Blaster Master Zero. So they've got a lot of great games under their belt. But I haven't really tackled any rail shooters or dating sims for a while, so this will be an interesting one to take a look at. So, for this Valentine's Day, let's take a look at the Galgun series. Now for this review, I'll be going over Galgun Double Piece and Galgun 2. For clarity, I'm just going to refer to Double Piece as DP. Why? Why else? Because we all know what DP stands for. Down Phoenix! Anyways, naming aside, it's just going to make things easier. Some of you might be wondering why I'm not covering the first game. Well, I don't own it. And even if I did, it wasn't officially released outside Japan, meaning there's no official English localization or translation. I'm sure there's a fan translation, but I want to make this review focus on the games that will be the easiest to pick up and play. And besides, even though these games are rail shooters, they're very heavy on story. But calling these games just rail shooters wouldn't be fully right, as they have many dating sim elements where you, the player, can make choices and get different endings based on which girls you go after. Even on the rail shooter side, these games have many differences and even play slightly differently, but we'll go over that soon enough. I also want to point out that I'll be playing the Steam version of DP and the Switch version of Galgun 2. Let's start with DP. You play as Hodai Kodoki, a student at Sakurachi Academy. He reminisces about the character from the first game, who we know as Senpai, and he was actually homesick the day the infamous super popular legend rumor surfaced. Shortly after, we cut to the angel Ekiro, who accidentally strikes Hodai with too much love energy, and now it's made him irresistible to the opposite sex. That's kind of an awesome power. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I mean, I guess if you were asexual, gay, or even demi, so a lot of people actually. Now Hodai has only one day to find his true love in order to reverse the effects of the love arrow, otherwise he'll never find his true love ever again. It won't be easy, especially with the demon girl around causing mischief. Luckily, we have the aid of our childhood friends Shinobu and Maya, who just happen to be demon hunters. In Galgun 2, you play as an unnamed protagonist who discovers a strange app on his phone. Launching the app reveals a mysterious package containing the Demon Sweeper and a set of VR goggles. But these goggles aren't for games, they're for seeing angels and demons. The angel Risu enlists your help to take on using your new Demon Sweeper to suck up demon energy around the school. Along the way, you'll encounter your childhood friend, Nanako Tamasaki, the girl next door, Chiru Kondo, and familiar faces like Shinobu and Maya. And of course, throughout the story, you'll be given different options and scenarios. The first major choice comes up early in DP. You have the option of choosing which route you want to pursue of the main girls. Shinobu or Maya are the only options at first, but as you progress through the game, you can pursue both of them at the same time, Ekiro and even any girl in the game, giving the game over 70 possible endings. Galgun 2 takes a different approach, whereas many of the routes are progressive. Since the game takes over the time frame of a month compared to DP's one frickin' day, it allows more options to get endings at different times. For example, I got the option to see Risu's ending with over 10 days left, and I had the option to continue playing the game to unlock more endings. The way you meet girls is also different. While in DP it's all through the main story, you can do extra missions to increase chances with certain girls, or give snacks and talk to Chiru and Nanako, or even call girls out at school to interact with them. However, Galgun 2 has about 7 endings, which is significantly less. Though to be fair, the Unseen Destiny endings are all very similar, so it's more like DP has 10 endings. Still, it's less. The heart of the gameplay is the rail shooting. Both games handle this similarly. Using the pheromone shot, you shoot waves of schoolgirls to put them in ecstasy. However, some girls are being possessed by demons, in which you need to remove the demons first, before you can make them swoon. In Galgun 2, you also have the Demon Sweeper, which is used to suck up demons, and also girls' clothes. Be careful though, as it does have an energy bar, and if it gets low, it does have a cooldown time. You can also refill it by putting more girls into ecstasy, or by sucking up special items to charge it up. As you play through DP, you'll charge up a heart meter that can hold up to 3 charges, of which can be used in Doki Doki mode. This is a special mode where you get up close and personal with up to 3 girls while you touch them in their weak spots until they reach maximum orgasm. On top of that, it will also clear the screen of girls. In Galgun 2, Doki Doki mode is reserved for certain scenes and works slightly differently. You still have to touch the girls in their weak spots, but after doing that enough, a ton of demons come out and you have to suck them all up. Being rail shooters, these games are on rails, but it's also slightly different. For starters, both games have sections where you stop and take on waves of girls, but in DP it's constantly moving, where you can score extra girls or gather student passes and point multipliers. In Galgun 2, you teleport from point to point, but you do have the ability to strafe and see hidden items and special golden demons, which you can suck up or shoot for extra points. Each game also contains additional modes of play. Galgun 2 specifically has additional rail shooting modes, including defending matches where you defend some girls from waves of demons, gift mode where you have to find a certain number of items before time runs out, and even the Doki Doki mode is like a minigame. On top of that, you can decorate your room with unlockable items like figurines, posters, pillows, and other things. You can even call out any girl whose number you've got, change their clothes, give them snacks, make them do poses, and enter Doki Doki mode with them. DP also has many minigames you unlock during the story, such as the ass-rubbing minigame with Shinobu. I like that each game has their own variety of content and gameplay modes. It makes replayability very high. When it comes to rail shooters, controls are very important, and while the first Galgun had PlayStation Move support, DP and Galgun 2 do not. Why? It's not like the Move isn't used on the PS4. In fact, it's the base controller setup when playing PSVR games on the platform, so this makes no sense why it's not here. Speaking of, why is there no VR mode on PlayStation? I know it's considered a separate game on Steam, but you're telling me PSVR can't handle it? You can use motion controls in the Joy-Cons on the Switch, which I initially didn't realize was an option that's off by default. But to be honest, it's pretty hard to control the game that way. Luckily, a lack of move support isn't that big of a factor, since both games control well and accurately on a controller. With rail shooters, normally I prefer motion controls or some kind of gun accessory, because that's what those games were made for. But I was impressed with how easy it was to use a standard controller with these games compared to other rail shooters, where it's usually an afterthought. Worst case scenario, you can always play the PC version and use a mouse. And since I own the PC version of DP, that's what I did. Just remember to unplug any controllers, or the game will think that you're using one and only give you tutorials based on those controls. The presentation of these games is pretty good. They aren't the most advanced graphics, hell, the difference between games isn't much better than the first game, and that was an early 7th gen game. While the graphics aren't super detailed, they more work for this type of game, so it's not that big of a deal. The games are very colorful, and it really gives off that anime feel that these games are going for. Sadly, Galgun 2 is lacking on cutscenes, as all the game scenes are done in-engine, but DP still used the in-game models for its cutscenes, so it's not like it's any more impressive. The music is, well, it's okay. The soundtrack isn't full of bangers or anything, but it does give the feel of school life just fine. The sound effects are perfect, but it's missing just one thing. As for the voice acting, it's all very well done. That being said, it's a little disappointing it's only in Japanese, though I realize this game would be kinda difficult to dub, so it's not a big deal. These games contain a few Easter eggs as well. DP has a lot of references to anime and pop culture, but my favorite is the Hide from Mom feature, which while pressing the M key brings up a Famicom-style RPG screen. It reminds me of the Hide from Your Boss screens a lot of early PC games had, where hitting the escape key would bring up a generic-looking DOS prompt. Just remember guys, hiding what's on screen won't hide what you do outside the game from Mom.
Oh yeah, girl. Feels so good,
Clayton, what
girl.
are you doing?
Nothing, Mom! Get out! In Galgun 2, Chiru is a shut-in who plays a lot of games and spends a lot of time on the internet, so she makes references to old school and MMO games, as well as memes and internet lingo. Also, she is best girl. Speaking of, I should talk about the main characters from each game. In DP, your angel support is Ekiro. She's basically a Cupid in training, and was the one who caused Hodai to gain pheromone powers. The angel in Galgun 2 is Risu. She works as your support from AR Company to get rid of all the demons. She is a demon in training, and she plays pranks and infects girls around the school with demonic power, giving them a dominatrix attitude. Luckily, you've got help in the form of Hodai's childhood friends Shinobu and Maya. They are demon hunters and also have a thing for Hodai. In Galgun 2, Nanako is your childhood friend who has a secret. What is the secret? Well, I guess you're just gonna have to play the fucking... Look it up on Wikipedia. Except this game has no Wikipedia entry, ha ha ha! Finally, we have the girl next door, Chiru. Like I mentioned, she's the shut-in who likes games and memes, and she is best girl. I enjoyed my time with these games. It's a great mix of a fun rail shooter and a cute aero game. They aren't the best in these genres, and I know how people feel about the more perverted aspects of games like this, but if you're hungry for a rail shooter, you can't go wrong with the Galgun series. If there's just one to choose, however, I'd have to go with Galgun 2, as it's got a lot of extra content, and it's much less repetitive. DP is available on PS4, Vita, and PC, while Galgun 2 is available on PS4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Anyways guys, whether you're spending it with someone special, or you're just chilling by yourself, have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's high time I get Doki Doki and exterminate some demons. See you next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching my review of the Galgun series. A very special thank you goes out to my friends Vegeta3986 for his knowledge of Galgun, and Aoishi07 for doing the voice of my mom in this video. Go check out Vegeta on his channel, Mr. Unpopular, and Aoishi on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Aoishi07. Also, special shout out to my backers on Patreon. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to get notifications. If you'd like to stay up to date on what I'm working on, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, back me on Patreon to get early access to videos and behind-the-scenes extras. You can also follow me on Twitch, where I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Still want more? Well, on the left here is my last video on my top 10 games of 2018. And on the right, check out my pal Roger Sage's new video, where he finds out if Super Mario Bros. 3 really is the best Mario game. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time.
Oh yeah, girl, give me the chocolate.